Hi there, I am Dory with Prairie Scraps. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube. And I've just got a few minutes before I start up a couple of lessons in the afternoon here for summer lessons. And I'm excited because I decided to make a couple t-shirts for Father's Day for my own husband and for I don't even know why I wait till gifts to give to my husband because he's always making his orders. Anyway, he kind of put in his order for a 4th of July T-shirt. I don't know what that hint was about, and I was going to make a 4th of July one, but I'm in the mood for getting a couple of T-shirts done for our farmers market tomorrow. And as usual, I'm always running behind. So here we are, the day before, the afternoon before, the evening before farmers market. I don't know. I don't have we don't grow a mass amount of produce in our house, but we enjoy like going down to the farmers market and trying to sell some of our finished goods. So anyway, I thought I would make up some Father's Day type shirts. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I thought I could get 2 at least done really quickly. I want to show you how easy and quick it is to make your own t-shirts, personalize your own t-shirts, and you don't have to make them to sell like I'm going to do, but it does make it kind of a fun extra thing. I didn't realize my t-shirts were looking so so like there wasn't so many on hand. I usually kind of keep them on hand. So this is my husband's t-shirt. We keep 3X's on hand just for him. Maybe I'll just take it and sell it if I can. And if it doesn't sell, he can have it for Father's Day. But I thought this was a cute transfer. It's catch and release. And then it says under there, fish more, stress less. So my husband's not a catch and release. We usually try to keep our fish for dinner. So hopefully that doesn't offend anybody out there. But if you're coming on in, make sure that you say hello to me and let me know what are some good Father's Day. I have lots of fishing shirts. I always think of fishing shirts, but I realize not all fathers go fishing, but it might be something. We do kind of live in hunting, fishing paradise here, so it might be a good thing to make. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted how it goes. All right, so doing a 3X is kind of a large endeavor here. So really large, literally. So I'm just trying to lay it out so that it's flat and it's kind of centered. And this is the first time I'm using this particular transfer. And I don't have to fuzz it when I'm using it on fabric because the fabric is going to fuzz it. It's not going to stick to the fabric like it's going to stick to like glass or something. So let's see here. Okay. So what I just did was I folded it right side to just put a little like fold mark. Can you see that? A fold mark right in the center. So I can kind of center this up on my piece here. And we are going to put this on. I am eyeballing for right now as far as up and down just to see where looks good. And if you can, I don't know if you can see like my t-shirt, you kind of want it to go like just above the breast, I think. All right, so I'm going to measure side to side, and this, I think I'm off quite a bit. Yep, I do say so. I did not stick that down for a reason because I thought I'm going to keep this kind of easy peasy and simple because I don't want to like switch colors and things like that. I don't know if that actually moved it. Oh, it did. Just a tish more. We were almost there. All right. It does. I don't know. It looks weird. It's because this is kind of, the tag is kind of off. So I'm trying to, I usually go by the seams. And this is a sticky back silk transfer. And you can, I do have it a little bit too far one way. Okay, back it up a little. And you can use it over and over and over again. As long as everything goes all right with my first round, then the second round, still too far one way. All right. I think I'm going to go with that. As long as the first round doesn't leak any underneath any of the little lines, this is really kind of cool because I think people will really like this. Maybe I'll go brown. I was going to go black, but I'm thinking brown because I like the fact that there's a little mountain here, mountain scene inside the fish. I didn't even notice that before. I've been paying attention. If you're afraid of going outside the lines on this, go ahead and use some blue tape on it. And I'm using a permanent ink. This will let it dry completely on the shirt once we're done here, and then I will either I will use a heat press or an iron on it for about 3 or 4 minutes, just setting it on there to heat press it, and it will be good to go in the washer and dryer. You don't have to worry about turning it inside out or anything like that. I think this is going to be good, this brown. You could do any color you wanted. We have so many colors and inks now. It's actually almost too many to choose from. Mark used to be my favorite until we got, in the chalks anyway, we got espresso. We don't have espresso in the ink just yet. So our ink is non-toxic, which is great, because then, like yesterday, I actually had a friend come over with her 2 granddaughters, and we made t-shirts for their grandfathers and father for Father's Day. So that was lots of fun. So I can't show you that yet. I've got the pictures, but they are actually 4th of July in nature. So I will show that as soon as Father's Day is over and the gifts are given. So that was kind of a fun day. So it kind of inspired me. I'm like, I should maybe bring a couple of shirts that are more male oriented to the farmer's market and see if I can sell some t-shirts. So that's what inspired this. A little extra time. So I thought I would go ahead and work on this. All right. The cool thing is with just setting that away, and then always before you do any of your peeling, check your fingers for any ink on your fingers, because you do not want little ink fingerprints all over your shirt. Like I said, it is permanent. I am having issues with my hands. I had an eczema outbreak that actually, it looks like blisters, blood blisters all over my fingertips. And it makes me feel weird. So I go to grab things and it doesn't feel weird. My hands are not working. Oh my goodness, that turned out so cute. So like I said, I think I will take his extra large shirt, and if it doesn't sell, I can always make another one. All right, let me hold that up for you so you can see that. I did use an ink mat with the ink. You do want to put an ink mat in the shirts because it can go through to the backside, but isn't that adorable? Oh my goodness, I love that. I think people are going to love that. Boy, I tell you what, in our area, it doesn't have to be just for Dad. Would you give this to your dad, or who would you give this to, or would you wear it yourself? I would love to hear what your responses are. I do try to go live every Monday and Thursday here. Oops, what did I throw down? I hit the bucket. I have a suitcase, an old vintage train case that I keep my inks in so that they're separate from the rest of my projects, because I don't want to. Just trying to get this mat. It's a sticky mat that we carry just for inking, and it is, I finally got a new one, and it is so sticky. So I'm going to just set that aside and let that dry. Try not to make a mess out of things. Set that over there. Okay, and then you can see it definitely went through. There's some brown here. And so I'm just going to take my wipe, which doesn't have any chemicals. It's actually a baby wipe with a natural one. So I'm just going to use that and wipe that off real quick while it's still wet, because once it dries, it is also quite permanent. And then I've got a large shirt here that I'm going to do. This one I got from Walmart. It was on clearance for $1. So if you ever are interested in any of my t-shirts or like one made for yourself, please feel free to message me or contact me. I do have my information down there in the description. So, and of course, any kind of shopping or, you know, likes, all that kinds of stuff, those, and joining my membership here on YouTube, that all helps me out. I'm just a small crafter trying to make a little extra money on the side for the family business or for the family bills and things. And so we're going to take this off. Usually I will take the tag and just put it over here so you can kind of see it when you stock it up at the sale, but I am just going to go ahead and get rid of that. We are going to, I don't know, I've had this for a while. Whenever Walmart has t-shirts for sale, this is actually, I think, a nicer shirt than you can get. I maybe did this backwards. This is a nicer shirt than the Gildan ones, which is what I got from the craft store before this. All right, we're going to get that catch and release. That one worked out so nicely. I think we can get 2 swipes out of it. You probably could get 3 or 4, but I usually don't like to do 3 or 4 because it just gets messier and messier. And this one I'm going to have to really just eyeball for the most part because we don't want to put it down, take it off, put it down, take it off, because the ink will stain it in that process. We about nailed that, so good. I'm going to put it down. This is going to get my hands dirty, so we will wash our hands before we touch the t-shirt in any way, shape, or form, because we don't want to make fingerprints. No brown fingerprints, but I think this is going to be the cutest little gift, or for Father's Day or birthday, for the fishermen in your life. If you want the materials, feel free to check out my shop, the website, the Chalk Couture link, and that will get you to my link. Also, check out some of my back videos. I do a lot of men's shirts I've done a lot over the time. I think I don't know. I guess I've been with Chalk Couture actively posting like 4 or 5 years. So I do have a lot of content on here that can maybe give you some ideas for Father's Day if you're looking for ideas for Father's Day or other gifts. We're just looking for how to use our inks. See a little white area. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know, there's like inconsistencies or something in the t-shirt, or if it's in the paste. I'm not really sure. But it seems like it just sort of gets little places where it either soaks in too much or doesn't actually color it in. So just making sure. This one I'll take off a little bit slower to make sure that we get all the spots. But you can see in under, we're at the 15-minute mark right now for doing this. And you can clearly see that it's super easy peasy to make a couple of t-shirts. You could, probably make 6 or 8 in about an hour's time. And not that we want to be mass producers of t-shirts, but it does make it nice because you could totally make them to sell at a farmer's market or sell at a craft show. Just depends on the farmer's market, though. You have to ask, because sometimes, oops, the F on the fish did not print out. Everything else looks really good. So I'm going to grab a little bit of paste and lay it back down and just do the F really good because we want it to not be cheated of the F. It was there. You could tell what it's supposed to say, but, just make sure, check my fingers again, which I did get into the paste, into the ink again. Oh, shoot. And I just stuck my finger there. So I just made a little brown mark right there with my finger. I didn't even feel it. And I think that has to do with my eczema that's going on right now. I cannot feel my fingertips. So what I'm going to do, if you catch it right away, you can usually get it off. And since it's so far away, I can really work at it to get it off. So the brown might, you know, if it was up near the rest of my lettering, it would be a different story. I'd have to be a little more careful about getting it off. But I can put a little water on it. I know my daughter said she used a Tide pen too, and that worked really well to get out some ink that she had gotten. But once it dries, you're not going to be able to get it out. So you have to really get it out before it dries. There we go. Okay, let me show you this one. I'm going to get rid of my ink, get it closed up so that it is not accidentally bumped into my t-shirt. If you think I'm kind of overly cautious about getting into my t-shirts, you are right. I've definitely learned the hard way not to make little spots, and you just saw, like, it happens. I accidentally stuck a little finger into the ink. So I'm going to get it off of there. Let me show it to you first, because it's nice and stiff. It's easier. That ink mat is in there. So there you go. Second one, number 2. Isn't that the cutest? You can see the mountain and the river. Oh my gosh, people are going to love. When I saw that come out, it was like two releases ago. I was like, that one I have to have. I just have to have it. And you can see why. Being like, we have 2 main rivers that are go out to the ocean, so we can go salmon and steelhead fishing within 15 minutes of town. So just a lot of fishing goes on here. Fishing and hunting. We're in Idaho, United States, so kind of up in the mountains, but we are the farthest inlet ocean freshwater fishing. So the salmon and the steelhead come back to spawn, and you can go fishing here. So that's kind of a unique, fun thing about our area. So I know that this might be a hit. So thanks so much for joining me. Make sure that you do all the things. Subscribe, hit that notification button so you get all the notifications. I sure appreciate it if you check in, say hello, tell me where you're watching from and who you would give this to. So thanks so much. We will chat with you. Have a very blessed day and keep on crafting.